right, shalom, shalom. Back out here again on these highways and edges. It's your brother Kalab, also go by Hope, Grace, and Mercy. And before I get started, I want to read off a quick precept. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." I would like to start out by giving all praise, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, rule well, teach well, teaching his truth in its entirety. Again, it's your brother Kalab, also go by Hope, Mercy, in these Dallas, Texas streets, giving diligence to make my call election sure. All right. What a wonderful day to be out here on these highways and hedges. What a wonderful time to be alive with this knowledge and understanding. All right, and before I get started with today, I'm gonna just bring out a few articles like we always do at this time. All right, some of these are coming from the End Time Headlines, and it reads, "Multiple fall ill after suspicious package opened at U.S. base." So it's been a package that came in through the mail in an envelope. They claiming that, they had to take some people to the hospital, hold place down. But the thing is that if this is true, that suspicious letter made it onto a U.S. base. All right, so we can tell that, you can see that things are intensifying today, and that's something small compared to the rest of these things we got going on here, Babylon the Great. All right, and all throughout the four corners of the earth. The next one says, typhoon kills more than 140 in Philippines, leaving a trail of mass destruction. See, Yahweh Shem Yahweh is beginning to visit the earth that he made once again. And to water Yahweh Shem Yahweh for his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and also for the times that we're living in. Because the scripture says that better is the end of a thing than the beginning. And we are close. We close to the end game, man. The water Yahweh Shem Yahweh. All right, this is the talk of the town. It says, this is the talk of all. It says some SNAP recipients say they have to choose between rent and food amid halt to in benefits. So hey, man, you've been living your life like it wouldn't, but really you was just robbing Peter to pay Paul. And now that your government is allowed to feed you, you have also shown that you allowed him to starve you as well. And look where we at. We in those evil times. Unrighteous decrees. Having to choose in between if you're gonna pay your bills, gonna pay your rent, if you're gonna pay buy food, if you're gonna buy medicine, because you can't do it all. All right. The next article says 7 firefighters injured. 7 New York firefighters injured as NYC car blast fireball into night skies. All right. So get what, man? That just uproars of the people. More happening on a day-to-day basis. All right. It says this happened. Let's say this happened this week, just passed. It says UPS plane crash, fire, and explodes while taking off from Louisville Airport. Shelter in place issue. I think they say it was either 6 people perished from that. All right. Another one says, still in the End Time Headlines, it says Russia is ready to supply hypersonic missiles to Venezuela. Let the weak say that I'm strong. Now these other countries are starting to have the same thing or better than what Babylon the Great had. So we in those times where Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is about to let evil take place. And everything gonna happen exactly what he said that it's gonna happen, according to the scriptures, according to the prophets. All right. Another one says, and everybody saying that Trump, he got to pay out the SNAP benefits. To be honest with you, even my rib sent me that. Talking about Trump got to pay out the benefits. Congress or whoever government says that. Let me get it. It says, says, Supreme Court emergency order to block SNAP payments, all right? And then there was another one that says, Judge ordered Trump's administration to fully fund SNAP benefits amid government shutdown. Hey, man, that ain't what said. Don't let them speak for him. He said he got his own agenda. Trump said, it says Trump vows the U.S. will not pay any SNAP benefits during government shutdown. So hey, don't let Esau's media continue to lie to you like it does every day. All right. Let's grab a couple more. It says, transportation security warns air traffic will face mass chaos if government shutdown drags into next week. Look at it, it's all kinds of stuff going on, man. And another thing, I got it off the brother Y Rumya page. It says that it was a video he posted. It says gives Trump war power. So now Trump, he's the first president in history of Babylon the Great that does not need the Congress okay to go to war. All right, because they know we in them times. Also, it says that the president of Venezuela, hey man, he ready. You know, he ain't over there with just handguns, saying trying to fight against airplane pilots. Yeah, the president of Venezuela, he got something to hit back hard because Trump, you know what I'm saying, just gave them some weapons to knock down all these Babylon the Great warplane destroyers that they flying around Venezuela, right? So we living in some beautiful times, man. For those who fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but the worst nightmare that you can ever imagine for those who don't trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, those who are not a part of the elect. You know, those who the scriptures call 2/3. All right? Live like a heathen, like a heathen. All right? Let's get this in the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5. And it reads, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua saying, evil is come. You know? It said an evil is come, not the best time that the world has ever seen. It says that an evil has come. Verse 6, it says, and come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. We at the end of this thing. You know? Prophecy is truly speaking loud and clear, but only for those who can see and ears to hear. You know, we at the end of this thing. Again, the scripture says that better is the end of a thing than the beginning. And this is the part of the movie of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua where you would hope that you in his good. You know, so when he returned on the scene, you know, or even before he returned to the scene during the times of Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation, if you ain't got the hedge of protection from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you through, you done. Your days are numbered. All right, let's grab Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. It says, For then shall be great tribulation, which was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, even ever shall be. 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So if Yahweh Hashem Yahushua didn't, you know what I'm saying, put a stop to what Esau Edom got going, according to the prophecy, it wouldn't be nobody to be saved once you pull back up on the scene. I'm gonna grab it in the NLT. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22 in the NLT. It says, in fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of Yahweh thy power's chosen one. So unless Yahweh Hashem Yahushua didn't, you know what I'm saying, pump the brakes on the times that we coming into, it wouldn't be nobody to be saved, man. This devil, you saying, he would unalive everybody with his unrighteous decrees. You know, of course, you know, by him being his blessing being a sword, but not only that, but also through famine, you know what I'm saying? The world is turned upside down. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because, you know what I'm saying, the unrighteous is you know, because when the righteous is in authority, you know what I'm saying? It says let me grab it. So like I don't want to butcher it when I got it right here. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 2, and it reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. And that's what you see right here. It's a lot of people around here mourning. Not just in Babylon, but all throughout the four corners of the earth. It's like wherever this devil go, man, he spoil. He just spoil a place, man. Turn it up on his back. You know, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai is finna put an end to this thing, because guess what? Since the wicked is ruling, the people mourning. No food stamps, government shut down, everybody asking job layoffs, AI taking over people's jobs. You can't even fly without waiting in the line for hours. And by the way, you waiting in the line for hours, the people who serving you in those lines or checking your bags and stuff, they not getting paid. Government workers not still showing up to work every day. A brother posted a video of a sister say this is second time seeing a check saying zero earnings. So that's a whole month, 30 days that she ain't received a paycheck in 30 days, and she's still see, Babylon the Great is throwing something at us every day, seeing how much they can put up on us. But they gonna keep on laying it on thick. You best believe that. These devils ain't gonna let not one good crisis go to waste. All right, again, where was I? Matthew 24 and verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be short. So yeah, Yahweh Shem Yahushai gonna put an end to it ultimately. Because if he did, man, it wouldn't be nobody out saved. All right, next precept I'm gonna grab is coming from 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 5. It says, and it reads, behold, said the Lord, I will bring upon the world the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Their hurtful works are fulfilled. You know, Yahweh ain't say I will bring all the prettiest flowers on the earth. I will rain down money to pay all your bills from the heavens. He ain't saying that, hold on a little tighter, I'm bringing all the hugs that need. I'm healing everybody when I get there. It don't say that. 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 5 says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their whole works are fulfilled. Let's get that definition for fulfilled. This is a simple Google definition for the word fulfilled. It says, bring to completion, carry out, accomplish, achieve, execute, perform, implement, effect, finish, conclude. Hey, perform. We at the end of this thing. Guess what? What's being fulfilled? Ultimately, it's prophecy. Prophecy is being fulfilled right before your eyes, even if you can't see this. You know, just because you don't get it, or Yahweh Shem Yahushai didn't bless you to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, or you didn't have a shot at it anyway, prophecy is being fulfilled. All right, it says, I'm gonna get it again. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. See, these devils, hey man, their iniquities, then stacked up to the heavens. You know, ours as well. You know, Yasharalah's as well. But guess what? Our punishment was made with grace inside of it. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna extend that hedge of protection over the elect. The elect is the only group of people that is promised salvation in the times that we living in. You know, I hate to burst your bubble, but Jesus Christ can't save you. In the times we living in, Jesus Christ can't pull up on the scene and save no damn body. He gave himself, let alone the whole world. You know, so the Lord said that these devils' iniquities are being fulfilled. You know, and what's being fulfilled? You know that what? You know what? All of a sudden, you start more and more about digital IDs, and everybody don't have access to just go to the grocery store when they get hungry because they cut off the EBT benefits. Guess what? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna starve you out, and then they're gonna continue to do little things, more and more unrighteous decrees. As you can see, something is happening every day. They putting something on the people's back every day. Every day it goes by. You know what I'm saying? Everybody catching hell, even these Edoms. You know what I'm saying? It's been revealed. You know what I'm saying? Some people always knew, but you know what I'm saying? Jay gotta wait till the last minute. You know what I'm saying? To when it's too late. But you know what I'm saying? Majority of food and SNAP EBT benefit people who use those are Edomites. Okay? So we at that time where Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the elect, you know what I'm saying, that they ain't got nothing to worry about. Because guess what? They have kept the word of his patience. And we pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, and we continue to be able to hold on in the times we live. Because prophecy is speaking. You know? Prophecy is speaking. One major prophecy is left, you know, and that's that you know what? The Charagma. All right, let's get there. That's Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And this is the precept. Everybody, you hearing this more and more every day. All right, it says, so like in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he calls all small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So this thing is going digital. You know, they're gonna be dangling that food in front of your face when you can't feed yourself or feed your family. You know, first it's gonna start off with just the digital ID. They're gonna link everything to the digital ID. They gonna sell it to you as if it's a good thing. Nobody could never steal your identity. Nobody could ever hack your bank account. Nobody could ever like use your social security number. But guess what? At the same time, man, that's just where it starts. Once they got everything in one place, everything that you would need to survive and live and thrive here in Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you, hey, we gonna cut it off unless you take the next part of it. And it's gonna be that, you know what? That Charagma. And just like you seeing these food banks lines, these lines around the corner for these food banks, and just like you seeing the lines wrapped around the corner for these for the airport, just like you starting to see these lines is starting to curve around the block. Told the military that's abroad in other countries, if they don't receive their paychecks, then go to the food banks. And I saw a video that a brother posted that one county is servicing almost 100,000 people a day at a food bank. And being at them lines and food banks is not guaranteed when it's your turn to get to the counter. All right. So what? We coming into that times quickly. This thing is moving fast. You know. They about to pay either your hand or your forehead, however you want. But don't take that. If you truly trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then you know that we ain't supposed to take that. We ain't supposed to give in. See, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is finna try the whole world. See, it's one thing for you to say, I ain't taking it. I ain't taking the MOT to the beat. You know? It's what? Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, yeah, we can all say that we're not gonna take that you know what, that karagma. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua say, well, let me put you to the test. You said with your mouth you ain't. Well, let me see. You know? But the elect gonna stay. The elect is gonna stand on 10 toes for the will and the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because guess what? We don't need no karagma in our hand or our forehead to continue on. You know what I'm saying? Will and the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to continue. Ain't no food gonna keep you alive here. If Yahweh Shem Yahushua told you don't take that just for a sandwich, man, you gonna fry. You know? Going to well, man, that ain't a good thing to do. This is not the time where you need to be guessing your power. We know we gotta stick to the script, stick to the code. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that thing. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 5. And it reads, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. So we gonna have to do what we gotta go through. Whatever Yahweh Shem Yahushua says that is. We gonna be tested. We gonna be tried. You know, we gonna Yahweh Shem Yahushua make sure this one last time, is that 24 karat gold? You know? Is that really 18 karat gold, or is that nickel plated gold or fool's plated gold? All right? It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. Go not aside lest ye fail. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua in true faith and sincerity, no matter what. Hey, this is what you think about on a day-to-day basis. You know you got to go out to the highways and hedges to teach and prophesy. You know you need to be calling on the names of our power, the Father and the Son, Yahweh and Yahushua. You're supposed to be getting your household in order. If you truly trust and believe without a doubt in true faith and sincerity, then Yahweh Shem Yahushua is definitely going to make good on his word. None of these things shall fail. All right? If you're doing all this and you still don't make it, well, that means you weren't doing something right, or you was never a part of this thing. All right? But continue to trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the end. You know, we at the end of this thing. All we got to do is hold on and stick to the script, stick to the code. Like I used to always title everything, one day closer. We'll be one more day closer to making it up out of Babylon the Great. All right, this is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahushua, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole to try them that dwell upon the earth. So Yahweh Yahushua said that because you have kept the word of my patience. You know, not everybody is gonna make it up out of this thing. Not everybody is gonna get this knowledge of this thing. Not everybody was created, you know what I'm saying, to see this place go down. Again, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon earth. See the devil? You know what I'm saying? He ain't always had an opportunity to try everybody. He ain't always had an opportunity to try everybody on the same playing field. But with his technology, with his sword, now he got an opportunity. He gonna try the whole world. See, he want the whole world to take that charagma because they tired of being nobody's here on earth. You know, they want to be the gods. They want to be the next god. They want an opportunity of being a power. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua got something in return for them. All right, because all the things that they bringing up on the earth, guess what? Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave them knowledge to bring these things up on the earth. For one, it was prophecy. And just like that prophecy is being fulfilled, we're about to see the fulfillment of 144,000 to 1/3 that will escape the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua because they have kept the words of his patience. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, man. I want to make it about this thing. But not only just make it out all the way through with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Still in Revelations 3, reading on in verse 11, it says, behold, I come quickly. Hold which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So man, hold on. Don't let nobody else take your crown. You know what I'm saying? Don't go back into the world so you can and lose your crown. You know what I'm saying? Don't run up behind, you know what I'm saying, your old lady and lose crown. Don't run up behind your kids, you know what I'm saying, trying to please them and lose your crown. Don't try to make grandmama happy by keeping pagan traditions and losing your crown. Because ain't none of us worthy to make it. Yahweh Shem Yahushua created our punishment with grace inside of it. So we don't have the audacity or leeway to waste no time like that, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua put his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So don't let nobody take the crown. All right? Next precept is coming from the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, and verse 27. It says, be free, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So a time is coming where people gonna be, everybody back is gonna be against the wall. Everybody gonna be mourning from the time they wake up to the time they try to go to sleep. People gonna be hungry, ain't got nothing to eat, eating their fingernails if they ain't grown back, if they didn't grew back quick enough. But guess what? Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave us an instruction. He says, be not weary, for when the day of troubliness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. Let me get definition for weary. The scripture, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, don't be weary. Listen, weary. Feeling, no, that's not it. Hold on. There you go, weary. This is just a simple Google definition of weary. It says weary, feeling or showing tiredness. Hey man, we ain't supposed to be, oh man, how much longer we got in this thing, man? I'm starting to get tired. No man, we ain't supposed to be weary, man. We supposed to be going even harder. We supposed to be giving more praise. Man, we supposed to be believing even more. Why? Because if you made it this far, then you done seen all the prophecies make it to this point. You know, if you've been watching, if you've been prophecy watching all the way up to this point, yeah, we still catching hell, but you ain't growing weary right now. All right, so y'all about to y'all shot for blessing us to continue in this thing up until this point and not be weary. Again, 2nd Esdras 2 and verse 27. Be not weary. Salaki. Shalom in the comment board. Shalom. Shalom to the brother Blaine, Flicker, fellow hell diver, Pardox, my brother Warama, Shalom, and the sister Rebecca, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. All right, so we're not supposed to be being weary in the times that we living in, because if you understand the times that we living in and you've been blessed to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it's a beautiful time. We living in some beautiful times. Although we don't know, you know what I'm saying, what's going to be happening on a day-to-day, but hey, so far so good. You know, but ain't nothing happened that's making us want to back into the Christianity church. You know, ain't nothing happened to the point that we want to be rocked back to sleep. No, man. Hey, we trying to tell our family members, we trying to give people warning to the best of our ability. Like, hey, why all this is happening? You know? I remember I was dinner with my family a couple of weeks back, and we were talking about the mark of the beast, and I had an aunt from Louisiana that was with me, and she said that she think the mark of the beast is because everybody is so tied to their cell phone. All right? So, but can't nobody use their cell phone to eat. Can't nobody use their cell phone, you know what I'm saying, to buy and sell. Come on, think. And even if you in the Christianity church, you should even know the precept about the charagma. And I'm just saying it's so simple because you know that's how Christians they don't quote no shit, especially when it comes to prophecy. But you should know that it says that in the end time, the MOT to the B was gonna be the size of a grain of rice. Cell phone ain't the size of a grain of rice, you know. It says, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness comes, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have an abundance." 28. It says, "The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able." Salakia. 2 Esdras 2 in verse 28. "The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord." Yahweh said that the heathens ain't gonna be able to do nothing against us. And that's what it is. Plain and simple. We're gonna be eating. We're gonna have an abundance of the things that we need in the times of Jacob's trouble, which are Jacob's trouble right now. It just ain't intensified. But we're gonna have abundance. We're gonna have all the things we need. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things we want. But guess what? A lot of people are not gonna have those things. It ain't nothing to do to us. It says 2 Esdras 2 in verse 28. Salakia for the noise. It says, "The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Lord Yahweh thy power." Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. So no matter what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh give you, hey man, a lot of people, millions and millions of people ain't gonna have an opportunity to possess whatever Yahweh Bashem Yahweh gives you. We don't know. But guess what? Those who are around you that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh ain't dealing with, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing to you. Ain't nothing they gonna be able to do. They ain't gonna be able to take nothing Yahweh Bashem Yahweh gave you. All right? All right, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 10. And it reads, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." For everybody who say they won't take this, they won't take that, they believe in this, they believe in that, we gonna see. Because when our back up is against the wall, it's gonna be game time, man. And all these lessons brothers doing, all the times you prayed, all the times you study, you know what I'm saying, all the time on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah for protection, or just calling on the names of the power to fear them. Guess what? This is getting you ready for game day, man, because your back is about to be up against the wall real soon. All right? I'm going to get it in the NLT. Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 10 in the NLT, it says, "If you fail, your strength is too small." So you've been doing all this, just make it to the big day, and you fail under pressure. You know what I'm saying? That's because you really never had no faith, man. Our faith should be growing more and more. I truly believe, me speaking as a man, when they pull the plug on this place, and you ain't gonna have none of your comfort, you ain't gonna be able to call on your government, the 911 jobs, ain't no food. For the elect, it's gonna be easy to maneuver. Yeah, we gonna still catch some hells. Yeah, we gonna still be going through some things. But when this place is turned upside down, see, we gonna be depending on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. We gonna be steady relying on our power as we doing right now. So when everybody in shambles and it's chaos all throughout the streets, everywhere, guess what? The elect is gonna be so easy to know who Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is dealing with. Everybody going crazy, but the elect, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, and you beautiful brothers and sisters that have come back to this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Hey man, we gonna be somewhere mentally with our feet kicked up. Why? It's because we still trusting on the same power that we was trusting on when things wasn't so cool. When it wasn't so fly to come out to the highways and hedges. It wasn't so fly and it wasn't so cool to call on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. See, we depending on the same power now. The only thing is that we be depending on that power, and we know we need to depend on that power. See, when they turn this place upside down and pull the plug on Babylon the Great, Ain't nobody gonna have time to try to break down the names to you. Ain't nobody tell you what precepts you should know or what precepts you should be studying. Or read these are the names, this is what I mean. No, it's gonna be too late. When they pull the plug on Babylon the Great, wherever you at with your on whoever you pray to, whoever you believe in, that's where you gonna stand at. All right? And whatever you believe in and trust in, if it ain't Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, then we gonna see, you know what I'm saying, who got the real power, man. All right? Salaki. All right? I'm gonna grab 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. It says, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you." 13. "Rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahushua Hamashiach's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also and joy." So yeah, man, when the back's against the wall, don't lose faith, Yasharala. Keep on going. You know, we know the script that we supposed to be sticking to, even when we can't YouTube and turn on a live a brother doing a live listen. Even when we on our sword, you know what I'm saying? Because we probably moving as pilgrims all throughout the four corners. Keep the faith. Stick to the script. You know? You reminder, continue to give praise, honor, and glory to your power, man. You don't need no reminder to stick to the code. Stick to the script. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no reminder for this. Salaki. Because the times that we coming in, the times that we in, but the times that we getting closer and closer to, is not something that you want to play with. You know, I mean, with all the things that's going on right now, how don't you have Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on your mind all day long? You know, I know we still got to work, we still got to take care of our pay bills, but while I'm at work, man, I'm looking for constant updates. You know, I'm still working, you know, but I'm looking for updates all day long. And you know, the brother Wild Romeo, you go to his page, I mean, he gon', you know what I'm saying, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for that brother and the work he do, he gon' definitely keep you informed. You know what I'm saying? Updates all day. Get the water for that brother. All right. Let's Revelations. I'm gonna jump back to Ezekiel. This is 7 and verse 7. It says, the morning come unto thee. No, let's go all the way back. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And the end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. I will recompense thee for all thine abominations. Ezekiel 7 and 9, it says, all and mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is finna pull up on us and show who he really is. And a lot of people is about to get to know Bashim Yahushai, but they gonna get to know him personally, but not the way that we know him, you know? So when Yahweh Bashim Yahushai seen, the scripture says that he's not gonna meet us as a man, all right? But the elect is gonna be okay. But for all you two-thirds and all you other nations, you know what I'm saying, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't dealing with, it's curtains closed for y'all, man. And Lord, when I'm a part of that number that's gonna make it all the way through. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 6. And it reads, Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned unto paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall come out of it. So we in that time right now. We in the time, the beginning of Jacob's trouble, and it's going to intensify more and more and more. You know, more and more as the days go by. You know, you already got government shut down, food stamps not being issued out. They claim Three-Eyed Atlas is getting closer. You know, Trump told the military to start back nuclear tests. You know, so much new talk going on. All right, Putin giving Venezuela weapons that can reach over here to Babylon the Great. Say, ain't nobody scared of the devils no more. They realizing that the true cancer in the earth is Esau Edom. You got China, I forgot, you got China warning Babylon the Great because Babylon the Great talking about going into Nigeria with guns. And China like, nah, man, we can't let you mess that up for us. All right? And, oh yeah, in the airports too. You know, I know y'all been seeing all those brothers doing lessons on lines on top of lines. You gotta wait hours just to get inside the airport. And they say if you come to the airport and fly today, you know, get there like 3 hours early. Hey man. And the thing that the precept in is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go to a city and shall not be able to. You know, you ain't gonna be able to fly like you want to. Think about it. They say that if Babylon the Great goes into the holidays still in government shutdown, they say it's gonna be catastrophic. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all the mortgages that ain't getting paid, car notes that ain't getting paid, rent ain't getting paid, medical bills, regular bills. Hey man, the water y'all about Shem Yahushua for this time we living in. It's beautiful. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus 2 and verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear, or was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise called upon him. So you truly calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushua in true faith and sincerity, doing everything to the best of your ability to serve your power, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. Just continue to do what you're doing. Stick to the script. You all right? All right, reading on. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and save in the time of affliction. So we coming into the biggest time, the biggest affliction that we have ever seen. You ain't greater affliction than the times that we coming in right now, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua says it's full of compassion and mercy and long suffering. So like I said, you know, as the scriptures show that, yeah, we went into punishment for going off. You know, we all catching hell. But our punishment came with the mercy. You know, our punishment came with the mercies of David. Right, this is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 32. It says, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure you the kingdom. So it says, fear not, little flock. Lord willing, part of that little flock, man. The ones that's going to make it out of Babylon the Great. The one that's going to make it from the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushai all throughout the four corners, man. All right? Let's see. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 7. Again, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we at the beginning of sorrows that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that the scriptures and the prophecies. So we can't ask for Yahweh Shem Yahushai for a better thing than having this wisdom and understanding. All right? So I'm going to end it on there. I hope that hopefully that it was edifying. Face the east, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Radash. Shalom.